Hello, happy Mindset Monday, and today is the first of a new month, and I want to take a moment. One of my mottos is we got to slow down in order to speed up. And one of the ways that we slow down is at the end of each month or the beginning of a new month, we take a step back and we look at the prior month. And your first instinct when you look at your prior month is most likely to beat yourself up, because instead of your brain being like, let's celebrate all the wins and the ways that we're growing, your brain is going to start to look for the ways that you failed. So number one, I want you to look back at last month and celebrate your wins. I want you to really try. I want you to write down at least 3, if not 5. So this is for any goal that you have, whether that's a running goal, a business goal, a health and fitness, nutrition goal. So write down the wins, no matter how small they are. So if it's a business goal, what actions did you take towards your goal? Maybe you read a personal development book that helped you, or listened to a podcast that helped you. Maybe you showed up to the team calls or something like that. If it's a running goal, like what are some of those workouts that you had this month that really you crushed it? What long runs did you do? And then nutrition can be the same thing. Like what meals did you make? Like what healthier choices did you make? Did you track your water? Writing down those wins is super important because it redirects your brain to the ways that you're winning. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to remind yourself of your long-term goal or vision. So why are you doing this? Why are you working towards either this short-term goal or this long-term goal? What are the ways that your life is going to change and how you're going to show up once you achieve this goal, or how you're going to show up in the pursuit of this goal? Because that's even more important. It's actually about who we become in the pursuit of the goal, not actually what we achieve at the end, right? Number 3 is I want you to think about how you can learn from last month. So there's 2 different kinds of personalities that I often see, is like those high achievers like myself who tend to look at even though we did have a lot of great successes, we tend to overthink all the ways that we failed and almost over-focus on how we can grow. And there's other people though who can benefit from looking back on last month and really truly thinking, how can I improve? So we don't need to stress, we need to just release all the areas that we didn't measure up to our expectations, but we can say like, how can I do better? So for example, if you set a goal that you weren't going to eat dessert after dinner, like 5 nights a week or something, that's something I'll do, is where I'm like, okay, I'm finding that I'm eating dessert quite frequently. Maybe I will set a goal that I only have treats 2 nights a week. So let's say that I set that goal and then I did not do well at it. I can think like, how did I set myself up for success for that? And how can I change going forward? So maybe this means that I don't buy any treats for the house. I did this when we did gut protocol. I didn't have any sweets in the house. And one of the reasons why I tend to eat sweets is because my kids want them. And it was amazing how quickly they went from wanting those treats every night to, now that they weren't in the house, they didn't really think about them anymore. And I thought about it for this myself. I was like, wait, I could do the same thing to myself. So that could be one way that you can learn from last month, and just get honest with yourself. Again, release judgment and just say, okay, how can I set myself up better? Taking that off the grocery list, it's not happening. We'll have a special day where we go get ice cream on Saturdays, and that's it. We're not bringing it in. So setting new goals for this month. So what are the new goals? Say you have that big long-term goal of maybe a half marathon PR, but your race isn't until like October or November. So what goals can you set this month that are going to help you get there? So that can be, it can be small things like, I'm going to do 3 foam rolling sessions a week. If that's an area you're weak in, right? You don't tend to do that. Or I'm going to get 8 hours of sleep a night. You guys, these are things that aren't even have to do with running, right? But it can be, I'm going to follow my plan. I'm going to make it a priority to run on vacation. That's me. I'm going on vacation next week, and I need to make it a priority to run even on vacation, because I have a big goal of a marathon in November. So setting those goals for this month, I recommend just like 3 goals for the month. And then you can break those down into those daily activities too, or those weekly activities. So like the foam rolling or warming up before your runs, or, not having that ice cream in the house. So I hope that was helpful. To recap, we want to celebrate your wins. We want a reminder of that long-term goal or that vision, why it's important to you, why it matters, how you can learn from last month, setting new goals for this month, and then breaking those down into daily or weekly activities or goals that are going to get you closer to that. So remember, little by little, little becomes a lot, and we got to release any judgment of our past failures and know that progress is not completely linear. There is always setbacks, and you're going to have months that are, or weeks or days that are great, and they're going to have days or months or weeks that aren't. And the goal is just to keep going. So happy Monday, and I hope this was helpful.